Chip has written a couple of very interesting books, and I want to talk to Chip today about some of the content of those books. He's written two books called Everyday Sales Wisdom, and the other one is called Bigger Than Sales. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and both of them absolutely fascinating books. And in the next sort of 20 minutes or so, I thought I might just pick out some of the things in those books that really caught my eye. Because I thought there were some very good lessons in here, especially in the first book for people that were new to sales and perhaps beginning their career. And then in the second book, I thought perhaps people who might be looking to develop their careers a little bit further, perhaps get into management, working more in a more advanced way. Do you go with that?
That'd be great. Sounds cool.
Okay. So I think the first thing I wanted to just talk about was a statement that you made about how you found your passion. You started out at dental school, and you didn't finish dental school. You finished TAC and found yourself in medical sales. My track was similar. I wanted to be a doctor, and I didn't make it into medical school, so I ended up in medical sales, which satisfied for me an interest not just in business, but in medicine and later in surgery specifically as well. And I guess that was something for you as well. It wasn't just the sales; it was the passion for the subject and the patient and care and so on.
Well, let me first start by saying that, my first passion was dental school. I wanted to be like my father, who was an orthodontist. So it's all I dreamed about doing, to have a white picket fence, 3 children, a beautiful wife, and at least I got some of that.
Yes, you got all of that.
All of a sudden, overnight, my life changed because I found out 3 years into dental school that I don't have the small hand coordination, so the motor skills necessary to go on to become a really good dentist. And it just hurt terribly because my father's an orthodontist, and all I wanted ever to do was to work with him. So what happened is I had a mentor at Indiana University. He mentored me. His name was Bill Armstrong. And he says, I got a great company for you. And I really want you to talk to them. I think you'd be great in sales. I said, sales? I have no idea what sales was all about back then. I'm older than dirt. And so back then, there weren't any sales classes and things like that. And I said, sure, but why? He goes, but Chip, I think you've got some really good communication skills. And you've got some really good skills, I think, with people. So next thing I know, I ended up with Cook Medical. So, but you bring up a very good point is I believe one way you find your passion is that you have to fall in love. Yeah. And I fell in love 30 plus years ago with what I do. And what I mean by that is that I have to do something that impacts mankind, that impacts people and really can make a difference in this world. And so that's why medical sales, and specifically what we sold for very sick patients, these devices, I fell in love with it. I probably wouldn't have been, Keith, very good at retail sales and other type sales. If you had an extra dollar, you'd buy from me. So that's why I fell in love more about the art of, impacting mankind.
I completely agree with that, and I am exactly the same. I think both of us probably developed over time transferable skills that would have been equally good in another industry. I'm sure we could have both sold used cars or whatever, but that wouldn't have satisfied me in the way that the passion for the product and, of course, the final consumer of that product, the patient, really did. And that also worked for me with the sort of ethics of it all as well. I think that's very important to work in an ethical business.
I agree.
For my personal values, anyway.